edge embedding. So again we will be using the same human disease network as our data set here, and what we will be doing here is to create the data set. Again we will be reading the edge list, getting the list of edges and the list of nodes, and so basically what I am doing here is I am getting list of all the non edges here and the degree list of each degree list where there is the degree of all the nodes present, and so I will be removing some edges from the existing graph, and and I will be removing it in a manner here where nodes, I will be removing edges with nodes having degree greater than 3 here, so that there are no isolated nodes. If you remember, these methods that were discussed before are inherently transductive, so they cannot generate embeddings for newer nodes. So we have to make sure that if we remove an edge from the existing graph, the nodes should not be isolated without any edges. So I will be filtering nodes with a degree greater than 3, and I will be removing edges just from those filtered nodes. So I will be running this function here, and so I will be randomly removing existing edges, and I will also be creating labels based on the removed edges. So I have something, we have the labels of zeros and ones, and we have the edges. So the non-existent edges, non-existent edges will have label of 0, and the existing edges that we removed have the label as 1. So we kind of create a balanced data set having equal proportions of both non-existing edges and existing edges, and we will see based on the node embedding alone, the edge embedding operations that we are going to define here can actually predict if there is an edge that was existing here before or not. So these are the operations on embedding that we are going to do here, the average, the RMR, the L1 and the L2 distance here, and all the operations here are defined element wise. And since we will be using NumPy arrays, all the operations here are vectorized for all the arrays. So you do not need to use a for loop to compute the average of each element in the vector. You can do the summation and division normally as if you deal with integers. So these are the 4 different embedding operators I have implemented here, and this is just a convenient function where you pass in the edge and the embedding method that you want to get the corresponding edge embedding. So, and I will be using the node to vec model here. I will be using the biased random box and the word to vec model here. I will be getting embedding for all the nodes in the filtered network. So I will not be using the original network here, I will be using the filtered network with the existing edges, some of the existing edges. So after getting the embedding for each of the nodes in the filtered network, I will again be using the classifiers that were defined before, the logistic regression model, the random forest classifier and the MLP classifier. So to predict if there is an edge between existing nodes or not based on the edge embedding. So I will run this, I will create a data frame containing my edge scores. So this is the embedding method, edge embedding method, the classifier and the FN score. Let us try to visualize it, and as you can see here, average kind of performs lower than these other methods. The RMR, L1 and L2 are much more stable to downstream classifiers, and it can be a better edge embedding operator to be used in this case. And there is no universal rule that average always performs the worst, and these type of embedding methods can actually give different performance on different data sets. So you have to try all these methods in your own data set and then come to a conclusion based on the performance. With this, I like to conclude it here. I hope all of you understood the different kind of node embedding methods and edge embedding operators, and also how to use some of the machine learning models already coded in place with the scikit-learn package here, and thank you.